Yes, you read the title and thumbnail right. There are teachers not getting paid because of the government shutdown. I am here with teacher Kasie. She is a former DODDS teacher. Kasie, tell us about yourself and then tell us your experience, a little about your experience working for DODDS.
Okay, hello everyone, I'm teacher Kasie. Well, that's how most people know me here. I am a certified educator and curriculum designer, and I've worked for DODDS supporting military family. I was military myself. So yeah, this topic really hits home, Kelly, because a lot of my friends and former colleagues are going through this right now. So
yes, and I have DODEA. DODDS is the overseas, and DODEA is the one in the U.S. So I have a DODEA one pretty close to me, and so I found out in the teachers' lounge that teachers that were working for that one are not getting paid. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that, because you think of teachers as most teachers work for the local government, get paid by the state or the county. But I was like, oh my gosh, it didn't even occur to me because DODDS and DODEA teachers get paid by the federal government. So they are not getting paid for this shutdown. So, but they still have to go to work because they're considered essential.
Essential employees.
Yes. So they're working with no pay.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So
I know. I mean, it's not funny. It's just
I know.
Amazing.
Like you're laughing because it's kind of like, I don't like a nervous laugh. Like you
like exactly.
So let's start with, okay, also ironic. And one of the reasons we decided to go live today, it is Veterans Day. So the military is still getting paid, which good, at least they are. And not everybody that works for DODDS is a military family, but I'm going to assume that a lot of them are married to military spouses because they're on military bases.
Right.
So that's not good, but at the very least, if they're a military spouse, they're at least getting half, like one of the spouses is getting.
Right.
Yeah. Rebecca says, I did not know some teachers were paid by the federal government either. Right. Like I kind of knew it when I thought about it, but it just didn't occur to me. I was like, oh yeah, the DODDS teachers, because people I work with are like, oh, how's this going to affect me? It won't. Don't worry about it. We're local,
Yes. But it does trickle down a lot more than I realized it would, like certain agencies and stuff. So.
And what do you mean by that? Like the money trickling down to the states?
Well, not even just that. So we have DODEAs who we work for the department, the education activity or whatever. So we have DODEA and we have DODDS, but then, the commissaries on base aren't all, well, they're open now, but hopefully the shutdown ends sooner than later because they may start closing. And so, people shopping, they'll have to go out on the economy, which granted, a lot of us that lived in Germany shopped on the economy anyway, but it's more expensive out there. If you're not getting paid, that's a whole nother problem. So, but I didn't realize how many people it affected. I think it was like 900,000 people are affected by it now.
So you're talking about the overall government shutdown or the DODDS DODEA teachers?
This is overall, but how it trickles. So, if the teachers aren't getting paid and then, these people are getting paid. So the teachers can't go food shopping eventually if that happens, or, it's disrupting things. So the teachers are stressed, to say the least, over there,
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, yes. And I know a lot of government workers. I come from a huge, long line family of government workers. I definitely know a lot of people affected. And it is a trickle down effect. And I know a lot of people in my area that are affected because it's like also government contractors, which technically aren't paid by the government, but they're not going to get back pay.
Luckily, some had their funding for several years, so they're able to get paid if their contracts were already funded. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that's maybe my situation.
Right. Because you're retired military.
Well, I'm not retired. No. But when working for the government, so my husband still works for the government.
Oh, okay.
I was military, yes, but I did not retire.
Oh, okay. And then your husband still So then he's not getting paid.
He was active duty, but he's not anymore either. So,
oh, okay,
but he
right,
works for the government. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So yeah, it is a ripple effect because then those people are going to cut their spending and whatever they spend money on, or if they hire services or they're buying goods, they're going to be cutting back. So then that's going to make the economy go down for all the people that they buy services and goods from. So yeah, it is a ripple effect. Rebecca says, U.S. is the only country that stops paying people when the government shuts down. We need to revamp the system. Yeah, it's crazy. So let's talk about what's happening with the latest government shutdown. So last night, the Senate voted to fund ending the government shutdown. But if you don't know how, anyways, shameless plug, I have a video on my channel called How a Bill Becomes a Law, if you don't know how it all works. But once it passes in the Senate, it has to go to the House. So it has gone to the House. I tried turning on the TV to see if the House was in session, and they're not, probably for Veterans Day. So it's like nothing's happening with that as far, and then after it passes the House and the Senate, then it has to go to the president's desk to sign. I think it did pass in the House a while ago, but the bill has changed so much since the Senate passed it that it has to go back to the House. So it doesn't seem like, because the House is going to take it and they're going to debate it and have committees and change it 100 times like the Senate did before it goes to a vote. So it might be a little while.
I think I've told you before, I've watched some of your government videos to learn more about it because I'm definitely not as up to par as I should be with a lot of it. So I've told Kelly that before. It's not a secret.
Right. I told her when we were talking about doing this, I was like, don't worry, I got the politics part of it. Yeah.
I've just got the human emotion. I'm attached to that side, the teacher side.
Which is what I wanted. Yeah, when I wanted you to come on. So, all right. So tell me, you're in a lot of the Facebook groups of some of these teachers. What are some of the things they're saying?
There's a lot of mixed emotions. I've seen sides like, well, I'd rather do this and not have it pass, and I'd rather, but people are frustrated, they're anxious, there's a lot of fatigue right now. But there's also, what's the word I'm looking for? Solidarity. They're coming together, the community comes together. That's one great thing that I really miss about living overseas on a military base is the family feel of everyone around you, or my DODDS teacher friends. It's just an amazing community. Our Thanksgivings and our get-togethers were just amazing. People just come from everywhere to help out and to give a hand. And so I'm very thankful for that. And I think they are feeling that right now.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are frustrated. Maybe scared is a good word. They don't know when it's going to end and, what's going on with everything. So I would say it's very mixed, very big mix of emotions.
Yes. And I like that about military people. And I think part of it is you have to move all over the country to other countries, and you don't have family. And then the other people in the military, they're all in the same boat. So then you guys come together and help each other. Like, okay, I don't have an emergency contact for my kids. Well, neither do I. Well, let's help each
nice
other.
To meet you.
Yeah.
Can you be my emergency contact?
Right.
That's so true too.
Yes. Yes. So so I know that's one of the reasons you all come together, and that's a good thing, Yeah. And Rebecca says, I'm kind of like Kasie, kind of out of the loop. Yeah. Well,
love you, Rebecca. I was really embarrassed to admit that. So thank you.
You still did. But I encourage you guys to get in the loop because it affects your life, as you can see. Yes. So what's the morale in the workplace when you're going to work and not getting paid? What's the morale?
I'm going to tell you, I've talked to a lot of friends and they say it's low. It's understandably low, right? Yeah. But teachers are still showing up for their students. I think teachers are really good at putting on a brave face, but they kind of describe it as like survival mode, right? We love our jobs. They love their jobs, but it's hard to stay upbeat when your paycheck is on hold, right? You don't know when your next paycheck is coming. And some people are like, well, didn't you save for a rainy day? Well, yeah, but this rainy day has been lasting a while, and rainy days have stormier days. I don't know how to explain it, but there's confusion. People aren't sure when or how things will be resolved. And it wears you down after a while. You know, you don't have all the answers.
Right.
You know, it's just unknown, I think, is kind of scary too. So.
Right. And so now they've had, with it being, I think, is it 41 or 42 days today? So they've had 2 paychecks. They get paid every other week. That's two pay periods now that they have not gotten paid. So that's a whole month. And it could be another one.
And some of my friends both are not getting paid, the husband and the wife right now. And they've got kids, you know, like kids in sports, kids doing things. And that's expensive. So,
right. And usually, at least, the very least, the people who had to work during the shutdown will get back pay, but that doesn't help you right now. And then most of the time, I think with an exception of one time that I can remember in recent history, actually, even the people that didn't have to go to work because of the shutdown or furlough, they also usually get back paid. But it's kind of like,
I was wondering about that.
They
because
usually
we do have teachers. From what I read, I'm not 100% sure, but I think some of the specialists.
Yes, because you sent me a bunch of information, and that's what I read too. Is that the counselors, the speech therapists, kind of all of the extra support staff are not coming in at all.
I hope counselors are. Let me tell you, being on a military base, those counselors are amazing. But I didn't look into it. I really should have called my friends and asked them, like, hey, are you working? What are you doing these days? You know, and found out I've mostly been just chatting on Facebook with them, but I guess I should have asked them to see which ones are working right now, because I'm not 100% sure.
Yes, well, if you are a counselor that works for DODDS DODEA, let us know. Well, I can imagine right now it's so stressful because it's stressful for parents, and that's going to trickle down to the kids. And I think it's great they have counselors at the military schools, because the military kids have a lot of unique challenges, and not everybody, like, they move around a lot. They always are having to make new friends. They don't have, you know, the family doesn't have like the grandparent support right around like a lot of people do. They're dealing with their dad or mom being deployed, and that can bring a whole bunch of behavior problems. The kids will start acting out. I don't work for a military school, but I live near a military base, so I see all of this. I see all of this as well. So they have some very unique challenges. So it's, I would hope they keep the counselors too, but who knows? They probably are. So I mean, I don't want to, I don't know, but I don't want to judge anyone, but I can imagine there are teachers out there, like some people are going to be like, well, it's all for the kids. I'm still going to give 100%. But at the end of the day, don't judge, because teachers are human. I know there has to be teachers out there who are going to be like, well, you're not going to pay me. I'm just going to put kids in front of the TV all day. Like, or I'm not going to do anything extra. I'll just do the bare minimum I have to do to get through the day, but I'm not coming up with new things or working at all past, you know. So I'm sure that, and then that indirectly is going to affect the kids, because they're going to have a more stressed out teacher who can't be there. They're going to have the teacher not going the extra mile because they're, and just the teacher, the morale at work, not wanting to come up with that extra special lesson because,
Or you don't go buy things for your lessons. As teachers, I can't tell you how much I have bought for my classroom over the years, you know, like, especially the holidays. Right now is a time when we are getting ready for our, you know, whether you do a Friendsgiving, a Thanksgiving feast, or the holidays, or you send special things home. Like the kids, I did kindergarten. So, this, you know, turkey handprints, and you go out and buy your paint, or you go out and buy certain props and things to use. So, I wasn't thinking about that, but that's true.
Right. They don't have the money to do that, and they're not going to be also as motivated. But I find, you know what, I work for a school system that's like willing to buy all the stuff, but I see that some teachers still buy it themselves because it's easier than just like putting in a form and waiting a month for it to get approved before you get the stuff. So teachers still just bite themselves.
Yeah.
If you work for it. I have a TA that brings in stuff all the time. She just decides, hey, I bought some stuff. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I can only imagine the morale is very low, and you know, they might not admit it out, you know, they don't admit, you know, basically they're quiet quitting, which means they're doing the bare minimum they have to do for the job, and you know, no extra.
We used to have a term in the military for people that would like kind of do that when they're getting ready to retire. They were ROAD. It was called ROAD, retired on active duty. They're still active duty, but they're just not into it anymore. That's kind of what I think about. I mean, sometimes if, you know, if you're not getting paid or you're ready to leave, then you might not put forth. Some will just do it. I can think of teachers right now that would put in 100% regardless and always do.
Right. And that's in any profession. I mean, come on, you're about to retire and most people kind of just slack off. Yeah. My teachers made a sign-up genius for party supplies. Okay. That's a great idea. Yeah. Okay. That's a really good idea. So have they said online or anything, like, how is this affecting the kids?
Not really. I haven't really talked about it other than the classrooms are kind of crazy right now, but that might be just in general with Halloween and everything. But if you think about it, if your parents aren't getting paid, you know, and maybe they don't tell you directly, but you feel the stress of it or things are changing. They're talking about ending some sports before and things like that. So kids, it is affecting them directly for some of, you know, some age groups. And like you said, their teacher. So some kids do have questions about it. You know, the older kids, they know what's going on.
Yeah.
So they'll ask the teacher, are you really not getting paid? Like, you're not getting paid to be here with us, you know?
Right.
So,
yeah,
I think the kids know something's going on if they don't know what's actually going on.
Yeah, I mean, I always knew when my parents were stressed out about money.
Right?
They know bones, but I know some people are like, oh, we don't tell them. I feel like it did help me to learn, though. I feel like I learned a lot from it. So have they said, like, how are people getting by? Like, what are some ways?
I think people stretch their savings, you know, I don't know that I can say everybody knew it was coming, but, you know, you lean on each other. Like I mentioned, on base, there is some local food banks or people that are helping. I think the community steps up and offering meals, groceries. I've seen it a lot online around here as well. Like, if you're affected, please let us know. There's a bakery down the street that set up a pantry, and they're like, you don't need to come in and purchase. You can just come in and grab stuff and go. And so I think the teachers are getting by helping each other out. Fortunately, DODDS teachers, you know, we're paid pretty well. So, you know, hopefully you've had some savings, but I can't guarantee everybody did, because everybody's life is different. Like, you know.
Right. So, and they are paid pretty well. I was looking at the pay scale the other day. So when you are getting paid, it's good pay. You always have the risk of possibly not getting paid, but, you know, you can look that up. It's public information. If anyone,
it is public information. I will say, though, some teachers got paid more than others. If you're looking at the years and the steps, and even like a teacher with a master's degree and things, but some of us were considered local hires because we had a spouse in the military and things like that. So we didn't get paid all the extra benefits and stuff. So that is a good guide to go by, but it does change for different reasons.
Okay. Yeah. My daughter, she wants to be a nurse, and we were discussing this the other day, and she goes, yeah, I've thought about working for a VA hospital, but that would be because they pay well, they have great benefits, but that would be a downside, is if there's a government shutdown, you wouldn't get paid. And like, since I do come from a long line of government workers and family, I know my dad always encouraged me to work for the federal government because, you know, it's such job security, but lately that has proved not to be true. And
and saving now.
But they do get paid more than a lot of districts. So like you said, if you decide to apply, you make sure that though that you're saving for rainy day. And Kasie and I did another video. I'll link it at the end of this one when I edit about working for DODDS schools. And what like it is a good option.
I would do it all over again.
Yeah.
I love it. I miss it. I wasn't planning on coming back.
Yeah.
But you know, we have grandbabies and all, so it was a good choice to come back.
Oh, what you mean back to the United States?
Oh yeah, when I say back, back to the US.
Okay, yeah, I'm like, I know you're not working for a DODDS school.
No, we were over there for 17 years. We were overseas. So I wasn't thinking I was coming back anytime soon, but as soon as we started having grandbabies, it's like, time to head home.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I definitely would want to be near the grandbabies when I have them. Yeah. So you, let's see, you sent me several articles. Okay. So military officials this is about the commissaries, which we talked a little bit about. So
we don't really know what's going to happen with that. I know, I heard them talk like tomorrow, hopefully they can have a vote, but that would be the earliest, they said. But what I read was that they have funding through the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and then after that, don't know.
Okay, right. It says right here. Let me find it. Let's see. Oh yeah. They plan for December closings. And then it was down here. I think it's a December 3rd. Oh, here we go. Both emails sent to troops this week cite December 3rd as the latest date stores might close through Hall. Said December 5th. So that's coming. That's like right after Thanksgiving. These, if you don't know, the commissary is a lot. The things are a lot lower priced. Is it tax free?
It used to be quite a bit lower priced.
Okay. Now it's not that much lower. Yeah. Okay. This was like just a post in a Facebook group.
Yeah.
This doesn't have anybody's name on it, so I thought I could share it. So yeah, let's see. You were placed on non-pay furlough status.
So basically, teachers that were furloughed, which are non-essential, from what I understand, they're in a non-pay status and they cannot take their days off. Some were planning, already had approved leave, and basically, yeah.
Okay, so I don't understand. If they're not working, why can't they just leave for vacation? Is it because they could be called back to work at any time? Or?
I have no idea.
Because I'd be like, you don't know what I'm doing if I'm not working.
Right? Yeah, it didn't make sense to me either. Like,
I guess that's working, like in case you're away for a week and in the middle of that week, it's like come back to work.
Come back, yeah.
Teachers working without pay in U.S. military schools during shutdown received debt letters. Tell us about this, Kasie. They received a debt letter.
Yeah, so this part has been heartbreaking because debt letters have been coming out for years. Like, oh, we overpaid you. It's been a thing for years, even when I was there. It's a horrible feeling, right? So it's heartbreaking. So some teachers receive debt letters from the Defense Finance and Accounting Service saying that they were overpaid and needed to repay hundreds. And some of my friends got debt letters over $1,000. And the shocking part is they haven't been paid at all during the shutdown. So officials later said that these letters were sent out by mistake. There's some kind of a system glitch, but it really added insult to injury. Can you imagine, Kelly, like opening up your mail, hoping to get your check or something, and it's another debt letter?
That is just so disrespectful. Like you said,
that makes your heart go like, okay, is this the one from a glitch? Is this a real one coming after I get paid? Like, and it's just another thing to stress out about. Like
that. And when you're not getting paid, that's crazy. Mike said, yes, my brother-in-law got one. So your brother-in-law is a federal employee? What does your brother-in-law do, if you don't mind sharing? Yeah, that is horrible. Sad. Yes, that's just that.
And even if it is a glitch, I understand things happen, but it's just one of those things to add to it. And if you're one of the first ones to get that letter and you don't know it's a glitch, like now, okay, it's a glitch. It comes to you and you're like, Yeah. But if you're one of the first people and you're trying to figure out what's going on, you're sending emails and they don't know, and it's terrible.
Oh, he is an officer in the Air Force. Okay, good. Yes,
that's
thank you for his
branch.
service here on Veterans Day. Oh, that's the branch you worked in, Kasie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I was Air Force.
All right. Good. So military is still getting paid, as they should be, but still.
As of what? In October they started, right? Because they weren't at the beginning, right?
Okay. Yes.
No, I think I'm not even.
I'm not sure of those details.
I'd have to find that out.
But yeah, but even if you are getting paid, it's still like adding insult to injury. Mm-hmm. Also a captain for Air Force and a school teacher. Does he work for DODDS DODEA?
Also a chaplain for the Air Force. So
chaplain.
Mm-hmm.
And a school. Does he work for DODDS and DODEA? That's what we're talking about today. He's not getting paid. Okay, so he might be one of the teachers we're talking about. We're talking about DODDS and DODEA teachers who are not being paid. Okay, that's terrible. Well, if you want to share anything about his experience, he doesn't mind sharing. But Kasie is no longer working for DODDS and DODEA, but she's in all the groups and sees what everybody is saying about it. Payroll system sends mistaken debt letters to DODEA teachers. Despite lack of pay and shutdown. Yeah, that's terrible.
To deal with stuff like the banks were giving them like some type of loan. I was looking it up. And then they said that they didn't have to pay it back until 60 days after the government shutdown ended. And then all of a sudden they're getting money pulled that like my friend's mom sent her money and then the money was pulled. And they're like, wait, like, so when money was being entered, they were taking it out. And there was like this whole other stressing kind of thing of this.
Wait, why and how, like a private citizen is sending money to someone in the military? I don't understand. Like, is their bank account, and the military has control of your bank account? I don't know. I'm not military.
No, but I guess it's just like I'm thinking it as, now this is just my thinking, guys. So I'm thinking it's like an automatic pullout of a little bit after the government shutdown ends, like a certain percentage maybe. And then since money was deposited in, it took out, you know what I mean? Like it automatically took it out like it was starting up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I still understand how they get access to somebody's personal bank account to be able to take money out.
Well, like an automatic withdrawal. If when you go in to set up your loan, you have it as an auto pay.
Oh, it was like a loan.
Once it gets started, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So this was the loan. They took out a loan because they're not getting paid for the shutdown. And then the bank took what somebody gifted them.
Yeah, so it was like a short-term loan. It was a shutdown assistance program they were doing. Mm-hmm. We're thinking about you, and if you need anything, you know you can always get in touch with me. So,
all right. Well, thanks for coming on, Kasie.
Thanks,
her channel is Teacher Kasie.
Yeah,
and yes,
so original.
Yeah, she does videos all about teaching, like I do, but a lot of teaching online, plus other stuff. Right? What else do you do?
I've had a lot of children authors on my channel lately. So that's been a lot of fun because it's just something new. And now I'm making curriculum for it because I just graduated, Kelly.
Yeah. Oh, from instructional design. We did a video about that.
Yes, I finished it. So I wanted to make some curriculum for some children's authors. So.
Well, thanks for coming on, Kasie, talk about that. Hopefully this ends soon. And thanks to those who came live, Rebecca and Mike, and to those who will watch later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.